Hello and welcome to the CAFMA Connect. I'm your host, Fire Chief Scott Freitag, and I think this week we're going to change the name because of our guest, Andrew Deering, who works with us here in maintenance. We're going to call this CAFMA's Got Talent.
Nice.
So, Andrew,
Nice.
Welcome. Thank you for coming in today. I greatly appreciate it. And this is part of our ongoing, because John Fedem, our ops chief, is our reluctant co-host. So we're dragging some willing, some unwilling folks in to introduce you to some of the people and their talents who work for this organization. And after last week, when we talked to Josh, I said, you know who would be good is Andrew, because I know you have some absolutely amazing talent.
Which Josh did a great job, by the way.
Josh did a great job.
Shout out to Josh.
But I understand that you received a golden ticket at one point from America's Got Talent. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, that was the Austin edition.
Okay.
So there was room for 2 country singers to pass through the first round through the Austin tryouts. And I was one of the 2.
Okay.
And one of the other guys was had a really epic backstory. And for some reason, I mean, he had like a PTSD backstory, war veteran.
Okay.
So he immediately was through to the next round. Very talented guy. But then I think they liked me, so they let us both through. So I got to the second round and then into the second later. I think it was Dallas, Texas edition before they kicked me off.
Wow.
But I don't know, they had a lot of fun with me. It was fun.
Well, you know, it's interesting that you say country music, and we were talking before we started recording, because your beard makes you look more like Megadeth.
Mm-hmm.
But you said you just love all kinds of music.
No, I don't put any kind of music down. I grew up in Southern California. We listened to punk rock, reggae, a lot of metal. Just the list goes on and on. But my dad was such a country boy.
Okay.
My dad was a taxidermist, and the only thing in the garage that we'd listen to was Merle Haggard, over and over and over again. Merle Haggard, Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings, and just a loop. And my dad and I would be doing taxidermy in the garage.
Okay. I think the first time I heard you sing, it was a Johnny Cash song, and I was blown away because I had no idea when we hired you all the talent that you brought besides what you do for regular work. So how did you get interested in music?
My dad's, of course, he's an artist,
Okay.
a taxidermist, and a musician. He's a really incredible classical guitar player. So him, my uncle used to play with Buddy Holly. His name is John Deering.
Really?
Us Deering kids were born musicians. We came out of the womb able to play banjos and harmonicas, and it's family heritage. All of us are like that.
It's amazing. My brother plays guitar. My son plays guitar. My sister was a pianist. My daughter was a pianist. I'm more of a non-musician type of person, but love music. So tell us a little bit about growing up in Southern California. Where did you go to school, and how did you make your way to Arizona?
I was a pretty typical California kid, a surfer.
Okay.
I mean, obsessed with the ocean. I was having good times. I was working on the tuna boats for a while. It was some darn good times. Then I actually left San Diego to go to Reno, Nevada, where I worked at a casino, and I worked in the engineering union down there.
Okay.
So I was learning all the stuff I do now. I was learning at a very young age in Atlantis Resort and Casino. I was working there, and mechanical engineering, rebuilding grinder pumps, everything, boilers, chillers, stuff on a big capacity.
Okay.
Air conditioning, things like that. I was learning a lot down there. And then I moved to Texas. I did 7 years in Texas.
Okay.
And that's where I played music every night of the week. Had a job similar to this one there.
Okay.
And worked construction on the side, and then played music every single night.
Wow.
I opened up for every band coming through, every country band coming through Austin for the longest time.
That's amazing. And for those who don't know, when you interviewed with us, we didn't want to let you get out the door without hiring you. We really wanted to bring you in because just your background, what we felt you brought to the table. I think most importantly, though, besides your technical abilities, was your character, just the person that you are. And that's really why we wanted to bring you in here. We figured anything you didn't know, someone could teach you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not me, but
I learned a lot about garage doors here.
Garage doors are something that
they break quite often.
Yeah, we break those, and a lot of times we drive through them.
Yeah, that too.
We're not supposed to.
But equally as good as I am at fixing things, we have people here that are equally as good at breaking things.
Yes.
So
we have on the operations side of the house some very talented people who can break some things that are supposedly unbreakable.
Yeah, I've seen it on multiple occasions.
A shout out to you all.
It's a challenge. It's a challenge.
And the amazing thing is, no one knows who broke it.
No.
Or how it broke. No. Or when it broke. They just suddenly found it.
A shift blames C shift. I figured that out.
I typically thought that it was B shift.
No, but C shift blames B shift.
Yeah, and Jonah in the background, it's typically B shift is the culprit.
I've been adopted into B shift.
Have you?
I've been told on multiple occasions. So
I could see that.
So
I could absolutely see that.
I can't sell them out.
So B shift, in my opinion, and we have a presentation I put together for families when their loved ones are hired here through the Recruit Academy. And for B shift, we play the Little Rascals clip of the Little Rascals putting out the clubhouse fire, because that's
amazing.
That's B shift. It represents who B shift is. And the pictures that I use are like fire engines and rivers and things like that. A shift, there's a reason A starts with arrogant. They're the blunted tip of the spear, so to speak.
Yeah.
We don't really know what C shift does. Somebody comes in between A and B shift because they need a day off, but there's no distinguishing characteristics there.
But in every shift, there's someone out there that I like.
Yes, absolutely. And in every shift, there are people that can break things that are unbreakable and have no idea how they broke.
Yeah.
Or got lost.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
And thankfully, we have Jonah on the computer side of the house because, well, they can screw those things up.
And he's doing a great job with the podcast.
He's doing it. Yeah, shout out to Jonah for production.
Shout out to Jonah.
Getting this set up with you today, coming in.
Yeah.
So, you're doing the facilities, but I know that you're also playing a lot at night around town. And COVID put kind of a damper on it, but allowed you to practice a lot.
That's the funny part, is that it did and it didn't, because I was working so many side jobs before COVID that then started slowing down. And then I got to give a shout out to Leo Baserto. We were playing on his porch one night when he recorded that.
Yeah.
And we were just having a barbecue, and Valentine pulls out a guitar, and I was like, he can't pull out a guitar without me pulling out a guitar. So we started playing together. I don't know, that specific day I was like, I haven't been doing much lately. Let's just play music again. I mean, I went for a little while without playing. Life just got in the way.
Right.
And so COVID, there was less ability to make side job money all the time.
Okay.
So I just decided to go hit the streets and start playing.
The funny thing when you talk about Valentine is typically with Valentine, doesn't speak much, and when he does, you can't hear him.
Yeah.
But when I saw that video and he's playing guitar with you and backing up on the vocals,
ear to ear.
Yeah, and smiling, I'm like, oh my God, he has a personality.
He does,
and he's an absolutely great person and a good hire for us. I'm glad he's here. And I love the fact that he was playing guitar with you, because I think that'll help bring him out of his shell a little bit more. Mm-hmm. But as part of today, as part of the draw to CAFMA's Got Talent rather than CAFMA Connect, I should have changed the background a little bit. You've been working on some things. And one of the things I want to tell the folks, we have intro music now that's just kind of a stock, whatever Chief Fatima found out there on the internet, that was easy. But we've talked to you, and Jonah has visited with you, because Jonah is also a musician, about possibly doing kind of a CAFMA band that puts together some music for the podcast, which is exciting. Our own homegrown.
That's going to be fun.
Music from here.
What's our budget for a studio? What's
the budget for the studio?
Yeah.
I don't know how much money you have in your budget right now, Jonah.
How much money do you have in your pocket?
Because
right now?
we're working on, as part of the build out of the new building, an actual studio, something a little bigger than this that'll work better for us. Nice. But with that said, I was asking if you would be willing to maybe play a couple of songs on here so that people could hear you sing. I want to make sure we let folks know where you play sometimes on the weekends, but just an amazing talent and an amazing voice, Andrew. And talented in so many ways.
Thank you.
Beyond the music, and I couldn't be happier that you're here
Thank you.
with CAFMA. And I just got to tell you and give you a shout out, because every time I talk to the crews about anything that relates to facilities, they can't say enough good things about you and Eric Crossman, the facilities manager. I mean, the change in that division with the two of you coming on as a team and what you guys do is absolutely fantastic. I mean, you all are second to none.
Snow removal lately?
And snow removal, yes, we're in Arizona, but apparently at this elevation it does snow. We actually have a plow.
Sure
Thankfully,
does.
Eric is from New York and has driven a plow before, which means...
and I can see why you got away from it.
We probably had the best plow crew going throughout the entire community.
I know.
But an outstanding job to you guys for that
Shout
work.
out, Crossman. Good job.
Excellent job, Eric. All right. So what are you going to do for us first?
I'm going to do a Bob Dylan song.
Excellent.
That one I shouldn't screw up too bad.
And
The one I played before.
And we talked about this beforehand because, again, Chief Fedema likes to bleep me anytime I accidentally use a word that isn't appropriate. So you purposely look for songs that did not have any language in them that he might find offensive.
Yes, or the ability to curse in.
That's right. Perfect. Take it away.
This one's called Don't Think Twice. Well, there ain't no use sitting and wonder why, babe. You don't know by now. There ain't no use sitting and wonder why, babe. It don't matter anyhow. When the rooster crows, break it down, look out your window, I'll be gone. There ain't no reason traveling on. Don't think twice, it's alright. There ain't no use turning on your light, babe. Light I'd never know. There ain't no use turning on your light, babe. I'm on the dark side of the road. I wish there was something to do or say might make you change your mind and stay. We never did too much talking anyway. Don't think twice, it's alright. I said don't think twice, it's alright.
That is absolutely amazing. I mean, your voice is fantastic. Your guitar playing, the harmonica.
Thank you.
That is, it's
And
just,
you can find this at the Back Alley Wine Bar quite often.
Can you? At the Back Alley Wine Bar. We want to
Back
keep that
Alley
in
Wine
mind
Bar.
in Prescott. I kind of feel like, Jonah, I know we're not of the quality of like Jay Leno, but I kind of feel like I should have some CD that I hold here at the very end of the song where I'm like, and you can find Andrew Deering.
Well, once we have the
this.
studio, we'll get it done. We'll get it done real fast.
We'll get the music going. So you play all different kinds of music. You play electric guitar.
Everything. I mean, banjos, harmonicas, to accordions, to you name it. I'm a musical theorist.
Okay.
That's the one thing I did manage to study was musical theory. Once I understood it all and how it all related and how they were all a family, then I just went crazy with it.
That is amazing.
Most of the time, I love the people that are, like Paul McCartney, who don't
Right.
have that classical training. But I felt like I needed it as a musician.
Okay.
So I needed that to guide me through my musical journey, is to actually learn how it all works and how they all relate. So that's one thing I do know. I do know musical theory. And then the rest of it, I've just been faking along the way.
It seems to work.
It does.
Now, do you
does.
play percussion as well, or
Yeah.
and piano? And
Yep.
so
do it
you're
all.
just a multi-instrumentalist.
And I got to give a shout out to the Ping brothers in downtown Prescott.
Okay.
And the Aragon brothers. I play with those guys all the time.
Oh wow,
These guys are
Very
amazing.
cool.
Amazing musicians. And I back them up on a lot of stuff.
Okay.
And then, they put up with me a lot. Of quite often. At least it's been more than once a week lately.
Right. Now, do you play with Jonah once in a while as well?
I'd love to. We're going to have to start that.
Yeah, I think you should. I think Jonah plays guitar,
Bass.
yeah. and drums.
I've been trying to get in with the pipe and drum band also, because I've been telling them they need more of a Dropkick Murphy sound.
Oh, I like it.
Yes.
And I believe me on banjo would help
Murphys.
with that Dropkick Murphys flair.
Oh, that's awesome. That would be perfect.
I bring the punk rock banjo playing.
And they're not doing that yet?
No, but we need to.
I have to talk to Copenhagen. we need the punk rock pipes and drums.
There's a time and a
cool.
place for it. There's a time. Maybe St. Patrick's Day.
Right. Can we hook up propane to their bagpipes as well?
Probably.
Light them on fire?
I
mean, in a good way,
I'm the
safely.
Yeah, I'm the right guy for both of those things.
That's perfect. Then we get Jonah in there because we need more drums.
Pyrotechnics, banjo playing.
That's
I'm
awesome.
good for both of those things.
Doug, I don't understand why he's not on the pipes and drums yet.
It'll happen.
All right. Well, we'll work on that.
Eventually, we'll work on that.
I'm not even going to talk about the kilt part of it. So, what are you going to play next?
I'm going to do Tom Petty.
Tom Petty. Awesome.
This
Take
one
it
I
away.
have not practiced very much, so. Well, I won't back down. No, I won't back down. You can stand me up the gates of hell, but I won't back down. I'm gonna stand my ground. I won't be turned around. In a world that keeps on dragging me down, I'm gonna stand my ground. No, I won't back down. Yeah, baby, there ain't no easy way out. Yeah, I'm gonna stand my ground. No, I won't back down. That was a perfect song for 2020.
Oh, absolutely. And
I ain't backing
this,
down.
this is our small clap because, well, there's only Jonah and I in with you, so we can't. Do we have the ability to like pump in applause?
Absolutely.
Yeah. You have
Fatima,
to.
insert applause.
Yeah, Chief Fatima, need applause added in here.
By the way, I do like John.
I do. He's fun.
I love the Dead Plant. It's the best.
He gets a lot of good comments on that.
Yeah.
You know, he's perfect to play off of each other, and I think when I stop, he knows to start.
And I do have to give shout out to Kayleen. She was the best. She's still the best, but we're all trying.
I've heard that Kayleen, when Kayleen was our guest, that she had, or her episode had one of the highest ratings.
It was highest downloads.
Highest
She's a
number of
legend.
downloads. Well, Kayleen is a legend. Mm-hmm. And we're going to keep bringing different people in. I ran into Zach out in the engine bay, one of our new firefighters today, and I said, oh perfect. You'll be next.
Yes.
And then he tried to hide, but he can't hide.
Yes. He had some words of encouragement.
Did
for
he?
Me. Yeah. So I think I need to throw him under the bus. Officially, Zach, you're thrown under the bus.
That's awesome because he said, so you're recruiting. I'm like, no, we're not really recruiting. We're giving you your scheduled date and time and letting you know in advance. Mm-hmm. This is how this works. So he immediately threw Tim Tillich under the bus.
Oh.
So, but
a good one too.
I like the idea of introducing our folks to the public, introducing our folks to each other, because we talk about, and we've said it before in the CAFMA podcast or CAFMA Connect, and not to beat a dead horse, but we're a system. Everybody has to work together. There's no one position in this organization that's more or less important than another. And I think by bringing different folks on from different backgrounds and highlighting who you are, who they are, and letting people get a feel for who CAFMA has within our organization, and not just internally, but anyone out in the internet world, YouTube, podcast world that stumbles across this and says, hey, this might be interesting. Now,
it's a great place to work.
Kayleen was great, but I think the music might be a bigger draw.
We'll see.
We'll have to see.
If so, I'll bring back a banjo and an accordion.
Ooh. Oh, we will definitely do that again. So when you're looking at where you're at with CAFMA right now, and how long have you been here with us?
2 years.
2 years. Man, that time
My
flies.
anniversary is Christmas Eve.
Oh, that's nice.
It is.
Perfect.
So I'm not only celebrating Christmas Eve, celebrating my work anniversary.
Celebrating your work anniversary. That's an amazing. That could get dangerous.
I know.
But it's good stuff. And what are your plans? Where do you see yourself? You've got the music, and you're very talented with that. You're good with your hands and knowledgeable about your job here. So you're very talented in that capacity. Are you enjoying what you do?
Yes.
Today?
Yes, absolutely. Like I said, I take the challenge. You break it, I fix it. Right? Just as fast as you can break it. And there has been some challenges. There's definitely been some challenges, and I've learned a lot. That's what keeps me involved, is the fact that I'm learning every single day. It's not stagnant.
No.
And I can see this place growing exponentially. I mean, I see new stations being built, new buildings. I see this place growing, and I'd like to be there with it and keep on learning.
And I think we're shifting the way that we handle some of these things, and really putting some of that growth back on facilities and working with the planning logistics section, so that we have people dedicated who understand how these projects should go, so that they can run the projects.
Yep.
I ran the project to build out the administrative building. That would have been better had we had the Eric and Andrew team than having me over there.
Yeah.
Because you guys provide some insight and just some things that I just don't know about. I don't know what I don't know.
Yeah.
And so having you guys involved in that, and then now with Jonah on board and our IT staff doing the work that they're doing, getting them in there, I think any facilities we build in the future are going to be really in place for many years to come.
I agree.
They're going to have what they need, and that's what I appreciate about the team that's being assembled right now, and working on all this, and the working relationship between the groups. I know you and Jonah have a great working relationship, as does the rest of facilities and fleet and facilities and tech services and warehouse and ops, and I don't think we're going to stop challenging you, because firefighters come up with creative ways to break stuff that all the time.
That, and on top of, I've noticed a lot of mechanical things here that are unnecessary. A lot of furnace types and heat pumps that are unnecessary that I see all the time, and I go, wow, that's ridiculous. How does this work? There's many times, like you said, I mean, as the right people are managing these projects, I mean, seems like a total waste of time. I mean, little things like that. But we learn a lot. I've learned a lot about 90% furnaces I've never known before.
Well, and I think the efficiency and consistency. Southwest Airlines is successful in part because of their consistency between their fleet.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what plane you're on, it's the exact same model.
I agree with that.
So all the parts are there, and that's the direction we're trying to go with fleet. That's the direction that you and Eric are working on with facilities.
It's almost like muscle memory.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And then we can keep that stuff in place. And we are going to have Eric on here at some point, because Eric's just a fun
he needs a nap,
dude
though.
to talk to.
He's been plowing for too long.
Yeah, he needs a break.
He needs a break for a little while.
But that's a new toy to him, and he enjoys it.
Yeah.
So, do you have another song you can play for us? At least one more?
I will. I think this one doesn't have any curse words in it either.
John, cover your ears.
I'm pretty sure.
Just in case.
But if my dog's listening, she might get offended.
Okay. It's all you.
All right. This song's called Dirty Old Egg-Sucking Dog. Well, she's not very handsome to look at. She's shaggy and she eats like a hog. She's always killing my chickens. That dirty old egg-sucking dog. Egg-sucking dog, I'm gonna stomp your head in the ground if you don't stay out of my hen house, you dirty old egg-sucking hound. if you don't stop eating my eggs up. Although I'm not a really bad guy, I'm gonna take my rifle and send you up to the great chicken coop in the sky. Egg sucking dog, I'm gonna stomp your head in the ground if you don't stay out of my hen house, you dirty old egg sucking hound. If Delilah was listening to that, my puppy, she'd be pretty mad at me. So.
I've never actually heard that song before, but it's kind of fun. It's a catchy tune. Did you write that, or was that?
No, it's a Johnny Cash song. But it's
song?
in the B-sides, tucked in way down there in one of his really old albums.
I would have guessed Johnny
Yeah,
Cash.
Johnny
You
Cash.
sound a lot like him.
You do. I mean, you sounded a lot like Johnny Cash. Now, for those in the audience who may be younger, can you tell them what a B-side is?
It's on the other side of the 8-track.
The other side of the 8-track or the vinyl,
Of the
right?
vinyl, yep.
Okay. So completely different than an MP3.
Yeah, you can't flip your MP3s.
No.
It doesn't work.
No, there is no B-side to that. So how do we get you like a contract where somebody sponsors you and gives you guitars and stuff?
I don't know. We were just talking about this. I would like a sponsorship through Pabst Blue Ribbon.
I don't know if we can work that one out, but if somebody out there in podcast land is watching and listening to this, you have Andrew Deering here, and you know what? I think it would be really nice of you to sponsor him with some nice guitar equipment.
I agree.
I'm just trying to help you out.
This thing is a relic. I found this in my family cabin. I don't even know much history about it. It was buried in trash,
Wow.
but I love it.
It's got great sound to it. So, Andrew, thank you so much for coming on. Before we close out, though, can you tell me where are you playing next, and where can people normally find you when you're not working at CAFMA and you're out singing? Where are you?
I play a lot at the Back Alley Wine Bar.
Okay.
Usually on Sundays. And if let's see, where else would I be? Coming up, I have a little bit of a dead period, but I think I'm playing at the Birdcage pretty soon. I'll keep people posted, though.
Okay.
If anybody wants to know, I'll keep you posted.
You know who else has a guitar player and singer from time to time? Colt Grill.
Yes. I've been in talks with them about doing a residency there.
Okay.
It's well on the way.
Perfect. I saw somebody there recently.
Is that how that works?
Oh, barbecue and money, I mean.
Yeah.
But they're both awesome.
Barbecue and music. What's better than barbecue and music?
I agree. I agree completely.
So, Andrew, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for being part of our organization and what you do for each of us every day. Thank you for all the effort that you and Eric put into this week. For those who don't live in Arizona, we had a pretty significant snowstorm over a couple of days, and you guys were fantastic at making sure that our driveways, our walkways, everything was cleared off. I was so impressed when I came in this morning to see how clear the parking lot was and all of our sidewalks, which is just fantastic. So thank you for the work that you do. Thank you for being here. And next week, we're going to be back with Chief Fatima. And then after that, we're going to locate the next victim and, guest
Zach
to
Ducharme.
fill in. And Zach Ducharme is being recommended. So, Zach, we're coming for you. Until next time, enjoy your week and rewind this or whatever you do on YouTube or your podcast and listen to Andrew sing some more.